Listen, 2026 will not wait. Change is impatient, and so must you be. Habits are the software your life runs on. Overwrite the defaults now. This book gives 10 brutal, repeatable habits that rewire attention, action, and identity. Do them daily. Do them without permission. Do them until they become who you are. No fluff, no excuses. Start the short list. Apply every day. Transform what was inevitable into what you choose. Begin now. No exceptions. Chapter 1. Stop waiting. Wake before the world. Most people lose the day before it even begins. They don't fail at noon. They fail at the moment they hit snooze. That's the truth. The first habit that will rewire your mindset for 2026 is simple, uncomfortable, and non-negotiable. Wake before the world. Not when it's convenient, not when motivation shows up, before the noise, before the messages, before the demands. This is not about waking early for bragging rights. It's not about aesthetics. It's about dominance, psychological dominance. When you wake before the world, you claim time that no one can steal. No emails, no expectations, no interruptions. That hour is clean, and clean time changes everything. You have a choice. You can wake up reacting, or you can wake up deciding. That's the key. Most people wait for permission to start their lives. Permission from the clock, permission from their boss, permission from their body, permission from their mood. You don't need their permission. The quiet hour is not peaceful, it's powerful. It trains your brain to move first, not respond later. And movement rewires identity. Look at the people who actually build things. Writers who finish books, athletes who stay sharp for decades, entrepreneurs who outgrow their peers. They don't wait for the world to wake them up. They wake up and then wake up the world. A novelist wakes at 4:45 a.m., not because she loves mornings, but because no one can interrupt her thoughts. The pages get written before doubt shows up. And a professional athlete trains at dawn, not because it's glamorous, but because discipline compounds in silence. A builder reviews plans at 5 a.m. The work is done before the noise begins. By the time others are starting, momentum is already on his side. The quiet hour produced the work, not permission, not motivation, not inspiration. Wake to win. Wake to win. That's not a slogan, it's a system. When you wake early, your brain receives a message: I lead, I don't follow. And the brain believes behavior more than affirmations. It's not about being a morning person, it's about becoming a disciplined person. You have a choice. You can obey comfort or you can train command. And comfort has never built a future worth keeping. Early waking is resistance training for the mind. Every morning you do it, you vote for the person you are becoming. That's the key. This habit works because it creates psychological momentum. Momentum is invisible, but it's real. When you win the first decision of the day, the rest of the day bends easier. Win the wake-up, win the morning, win the day. Most people try to fix their lives at night. They scroll, they plan, they promise, but the decision was already lost in the morning. Wake to win. Wake to win. Here's the discipline. Set your wake time and treat it like a contract, not a suggestion, not a hope, a contract. When the alarm rings, do not negotiate. Negotiation is the enemy of discipline. Your brain will offer excuses. It always does. You went to bed late. You deserve rest. Just 5 more minutes. That voice is not wisdom. It's resistance. You don't need their permission, not even your own comfort's permission. Feet on the floor immediately. That's the rule, because action kills debate. Then do something productive in that quiet hour, something intentional, something that moves your life forward. Read, write, train, plan. Not consume, not scroll, not drift. This hour is not for entertainment, it's for direction. That's the key. And don't make it complicated. Complexity kills consistency. 1 hour, same time, same purpose, every day. Do it daily. Do it daily. Even on weekends, especially on weekends, because discipline that only exists when it's convenient is not discipline, it's preference. It's not about energy, it's about standards. You don't rise to motivation, you fall to your habits. And early waking resets your standards. People will question it, they'll call you extreme, they'll say you're doing too much. That's fine. You don't need their permission. You're not doing this to impress them. You're doing this to outgrow them. Most people live in reaction mode. Emails dictate their priorities, messages dictate their mood, emergencies dictate their time. You are training to live in command mode. Wake to win. Wake to win. This habit doesn't just change your mornings, it changes how you see yourself. You stop identifying as someone who tries. You become someone who executes. And execution rewires confidence. Confidence is not built by thinking, it's built by evidence. Every early morning completed is evidence. Evidence that you do what you say. Evidence that you don't wait. That's the key. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Good. Growth never announces itself politely. Your body will adapt, your mind will sharpen, your days will stretch. You'll notice something strange. Time slows down when you stop wasting it. That's the power of reclaiming the morning. And remember this, waking early is not the goal. Ownership is the goal. Ownership of your attention, ownership of your time, ownership of your direction. You have a choice. Stay asleep and stay reactive, or wake up and take control. Do it daily. Do it daily. Because habits don't transform your life once, they transform it permanently. Wake before the world long enough, and the world starts reacting to you. You've stopped waiting. You've reclaimed the first hour. Now you're ready for the next level. You've mastered the morning. Now let's talk about what you do with it. Chapter 2. Own your first hour. Command the day. Waking early is step 1. But waking early without intention is just being tired on purpose. This chapter is where dominance is decided, because the first hour sets the neurological thermostat for the entire day. Cold and reactive, or focused and controlled. There is no neutral. Your brain does not wait to be told what matters. It decides based on the first inputs it receives: messages, notifications, noise. If those come first, distraction becomes the standard. You have a choice. You can let the world program your mind, or you can set the temperature yourself. That's the key. Most people wake up and immediately surrender their attention, phone in hand, scrolling, reacting, absorbing other people's priorities. They wonder why the day feels chaotic. They wonder why focus disappears by noon. It's not about intelligence, it's not about talent, it's about ritual. First hour, first priority. Say it again. First hour, first priority. The first hour is not free time, it is command time, and command requires structure. Look at high-level operators, people who carry real responsibility. They don't improvise their mornings. They don't see how they feel. They run a script. Consider a CEO managing hundreds of employees and millions in decisions. His morning is not inspirational, it's deliberate. 2 pieces, that's it. Hydrate, then plan for 20 minutes. No phone, no email, no meetings. Water resets the body. Planning resets the mind. In those 20 minutes, the day is decided before it starts. Top priorities identified, non-essentials eliminated. Key actions locked in. By the time others are opening inboxes, indecision is already gone. That's the advantage. Indecision is more exhausting than work, and most people burn half their energy choosing what to do instead of doing it. That's the key. Your first hour must answer one question clearly. What matters today? If you don't answer it, the world will, poorly. First hour, first priority. This is not about doing everything.
It's about choosing the right few. Your brain craves clarity. When it doesn't get it, it drifts. Drift leads to procrastination. Procrastination leads to self-doubt. Not because you're weak, because you're unfocused. It's not about motivation, it's about direction. You don't need their permission to protect your morning. Not your boss, not your family, not your notifications. Boundaries in the morning create freedom later. Here's the discipline. Design a simple first-hour ritual, not complex, not inspirational, repeatable. 3 components max. For example, hydrate, plan, prime. Hydration wakes the body. Planning organizes the mind. Priming prepares your emotional state. Light movement, breathing, or silence. That's it. Same order, same time, every day. Repeat the ritual. Do it every morning. Consistency matters more than creativity because rituals bypass willpower. You don't ask if you'll do it, you just do it. That's the key. The goal of the first hour is not productivity, it's authority. Authority over your attention. Attention is the real currency of your life. Where it goes, everything follows. People who feel busy but unfulfilled are not overworked, they are misdirected. They spend their best mental energy reacting to other people's agendas. You're training to flip that. First hour, first priority. This also means something uncomfortable. No phone. Not checking just one thing, not scrolling for a minute. That minute becomes the tone, and the tone becomes the day. If your first input is chaos, don't expect clarity later. You have a choice. Delay gratification now or chase focus all day. That's the trade, and discipline always pays up front. When you own the first hour, something subtle happens. Time stretches, stress shrinks, decisions get sharper. Because you're no longer catching up, you're leading. This habit compounds with the first chapter. Waking early gave you time. This chapter gives that time direction. Wake without a plan and the hour leaks away. Plan without action and clarity rots. So you must decide in advance. Before bed, know what the morning ritual is. Remove friction. Prepare the tools. Don't rely on memory. Memory is unreliable. Design beats intention. Repeat the ritual. Do it every morning, even when it feels boring, especially when it feels boring. Boredom is a signal that habit is forming. That's the key. And don't mistake urgency for importance. Emails feel urgent, notifications feel urgent, but urgency is rarely aligned with impact. Your first hour is for importance. 1 to 3 outcomes that move your life forward, nothing more. When you do this consistently, you'll notice people around you feel frantic, they rush, they complain about time. You won't, because you already spent your best hour on purpose, and purpose creates calm. You don't need their permission to move slower and think deeper. This chapter is about command, command over your day, command over your focus, command over your future. First hour, first priority. Miss this and every other habit struggles. Master this and the rest fall into place. You've claimed the morning. You've directed the hour. Now it's time to remove the biggest threat to execution. Too many choices. You've learned how to command time. Now let's talk about how to eliminate friction and force momentum.
Chapter 3. Shrink your options. Force momentum. Most people don't lack motivation. They drown in options. Too many choices, too many paths, too many what-ifs. And every extra option is a delay disguised as freedom. That's the truth. Fewer choices mean fewer delays, less friction, more momentum. Momentum is not created by inspiration. It's created by inevitability. When the next action is obvious, action happens. You have a choice. You can keep collecting options, or you can start eliminating them. That's the key. The human brain is not designed for constant decision-making. Every choice drains energy. Every fork in the road taxes focus. By the time most people decide, they're already tired. That's why they quit.
That's why they stall. That's why they start tomorrow. It's not about laziness, it's about decision fatigue. One path, one action. Say it again. One path, one action. High performers understand this. They don't wake up asking, "What should I do today?" They've already decided. Look at elite athletes. They don't choose outfits every morning. They don't debate breakfast options. They don't improvise warm-ups. Same kit, same meal, same sequence. Not because they lack imagination, because imagination is expensive. By removing trivial decisions, they preserve willpower for performance. That's the advantage. When the game starts, their mind is clear, no mental clutter, no wasted energy. They forced momentum before the moment arrived. You can do the same. Shrink your options. If you're serious about changing your life, your days should look boring on the outside and lethal on the inside. Routine is not a prison. Indecision is. That's the key. Most people confuse optionality with opportunity. They think more choices equal more freedom. In reality, more choices equal more paralysis. You don't need 15 tools. You need one system. You don't need 10 plans. You need one path. One path, one action. Here's how this works in real life. Pick fixed defaults for recurring decisions. What time you wake up, what you wear to work, what you eat for breakfast, when you train, when you plan. Defaults remove debate. Debate kills momentum. You don't need their permission to simplify. People will say you're limiting yourself. What you're actually doing is freeing yourself, because energy saved becomes energy applied. That's the key. When options are unlimited, discipline becomes optional. When options are limited, discipline becomes automatic. Make the choice obvious. If your gym clothes are laid out, training happens. If your work block is scheduled, work happens. If distractions are removed, focus happens. Environment beats willpower every time. So design your environment to make the right action the easiest action. Do it without thinking. Thinking is not the goal. Execution is. One path, one action. This also means saying no a lot. No to extra commitments. No to distractions disguised as opportunities. No to tasks that don't move the needle. Every yes is a trade. Every yes costs focus. You have a choice. Protect momentum or protect comfort. Comfort always demands more options. Momentum demands fewer. That's the key. Simplification is a form of self-respect. It says, my energy matters. Most people spend their energy deciding. Winners spend it doing. And don't wait to feel confident before you simplify. Confidence comes after clarity, not before. When your path is narrow, your speed increases. When your speed increases, belief follows. Shrink your options today. Choose your work window. Choose your training time. Choose your priorities. Then stop revisiting them. Revisiting decisions is how progress dies. One path, one action. Repeat it until it becomes instinct. This habit stacks directly on the first 2 chapters. You've reclaimed the morning. You've commanded the first hour. Now you're removing friction so momentum can't escape. This is how discipline becomes easier instead of harder. You're not forcing yourself, you're funneling yourself, and funnels move fast. You don't need their permission to make your life simpler and more effective. The less you decide, the more you produce. That's the paradox. And once momentum starts, it wants to keep going. Now that the path is clear, it's time to take the first step, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. You've eliminated options. Next, you eliminate excuses.
Chapter 4. Move first. Motion beats motivation. Most people are waiting for motivation. They sit still, they think, they scroll, they wait to feel ready. And while they wait, nothing moves. That's the problem. Motivation is not the engine. Motion is. Your body leads, your mind follows. Move first. Move first. This habit is about breaking the lie that thinking comes before action. It doesn't.
Action comes first. That's the key. When the body is still, the mind stagnates. When the body moves, the mind wakes up. You have a choice. You can wait for clarity, or you can generate clarity through movement. Most people choose waiting. Winners choose motion. It's not about intensity, it's about initiation. 10 to 20 minutes, that's all. Walking, stretching, light training. Enough to elevate the heart rate, enough to signal the nervous system that it's time to engage. Physical movement shifts your brain from passive mode to active mode. It increases blood flow. It releases chemicals that sharpen attention and creativity. This is biology, not mindset. Writers understand this. Many of the most productive writers walk before they write. 15 minutes. No podcast, no phone, just movement. They report the same thing. Ideas unlock. Sentences flow. Resistance fades. The work doesn't get easier. The start gets faster. That's the advantage. Motion breaks inertia. You don't need their permission to move your body before you move your life. Most people try to think their way into action. That's backwards. You act your way into thinking. Move, then make. Say it again. Move, then make. This habit matters because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, continuation is easy. Movement lowers the barrier to entry. You're not committing to the full workout. You're not committing to the full work session. You're committing to motion. And motion creates momentum. That's the key. This also kills procrastination at the root. Procrastination thrives in stillness. It dies in movement. If you feel stuck, don't analyze it. Stand up. If you feel foggy, don't scroll. Move. If you feel overwhelmed, don't plan more. Walk. Your body is the switch. Move first. Move first. Here's the discipline. Before any deep work, do a short movement ritual. Same time, same duration, every day. 15 minutes is ideal. No distractions, no multitasking. Let your thoughts wander. Let tension release. This is not exercise for fitness, it's exercise for focus. And don't wait until you feel like it. You don't need their permission, not your mood's permission, not your energy's permission. The act of moving creates the energy. That's the paradox. Most people say, I'll move when I feel motivated. Disciplined people say, I'll move so motivation shows up. It's not about motivation, it's about momentum. Move, then make. When you return from motion, sit down and begin immediately. No delay, no transition ritual. Action must follow motion, or the signal is wasted. Movement primes, execution seals. That's the key. This habit also builds trust with yourself. You prove daily that you don't negotiate with resistance. Resistance loses its power when it realizes you don't listen. And once resistance is weakened, output increases. You've reclaimed the morning. You've commanded the hour. You've simplified the path. Now you've learned how to start, even when you don't feel ready. But starting is only half the battle. Next, you must decide what deserves your attention and what must be captured before it escapes. You've moved your body. Now it's time to move your thoughts out of your head and onto the page.
Chapter 5. Right to Win. Daily Tactical Journaling. Most people lose clarity inside their own head. Too many thoughts, too many open loops, too much mental noise. And the mind was never designed to be a storage unit. That's the mistake. Your brain is for creating, deciding, and executing, not remembering everything. When you keep everything in your head, friction multiplies, anxiety rises, focus fractures. That's why this habit matters. Right to win. Writing is not reflection, it's compression. It turns chaos into sequence.
It turns intention into instruction. You have a choice. You can carry your life in your head, or you can offload it onto paper and move faster. That's the key. Clarity on paper converts scattered intention into a tactical checklist, and checklists get executed. Most people think they know what they're doing tomorrow. They don't. They have a vague sense, a cloud of intentions. That cloud becomes confusion the moment pressure appears. Writing collapses the cloud. Write it down, do it tomorrow. Say it again. Write it down, do it tomorrow. This habit is simple, that's why it works, and that's why most people avoid it, because simplicity exposes excuses. Consider this evening ritual. 3 wins, 3 next actions. That's it. At the end of the day, you write down 3 things you completed, not for ego, for evidence. Evidence that you move, evidence that progress happened. Then you write 3 next actions for tomorrow. Specific, concrete, actionable. Not work on project, but outline section 1. Not exercise, but walk for 20 minutes. Specificity removes hesitation. That's the advantage. Morning friction disappears when the plan already exists. You wake up knowing exactly what matters. No debate, no delay. That's the key. High performers do this instinctively. Executives, operators, creators. They don't trust memory, they trust systems. And writing is the simplest system available. You don't need a fancy journal, you don't need prompts, you don't need aesthetics. You need honesty and consistency. Write it down, do it tomorrow. Rinse and repeat every night. This habit also exposes reality. If you keep writing the same next action and never completing it, you're not confused, you're avoiding. And avoidance thrives in vagueness. Writing removes the hiding place. That's the key. This isn't about journaling feelings, it's about documenting decisions. Decisions written down become commitments. Commitments increase follow-through. Your mind treats written instructions differently than mental notes. Mental notes feel optional. Written instructions feel official. You don't need their permission to take your own goals seriously. And don't wait for the perfect time of day. Evening works best because it closes loops. Unfinished loops steal sleep. Written closure restores calm. When your mind knows tomorrow is planned, it lets go. That's why this habit improves sleep and focus at the same time. Write it down, do it tomorrow. There's another layer to this. Writing trains objectivity. When problems live in your head, they feel bigger. When they live on paper, they shrink. You can see them, sequence them, solve them. Most overwhelm is just unorganized thought. Paper organizes thought. That's the key. And don't skip days. Skipping breaks the chain. Breaking the chain breaks trust. Trust with yourself is built by small, repeated proof. Every night you write, you're telling your brain, we finish what we start. That identity compounds. You become someone who closes days intentionally instead of letting them blur together. This habit stacks perfectly with the earlier chapters. You woke before the world, you commanded the first hour, you shrank your options, you moved first. Now you're capturing decisions so tomorrow starts clean. And clean starts create fast starts. You don't need their permission to be organized, focused, and intentional. And don't overthink it. 5 minutes. Pen, paper. That's it. If you try to optimize it, you'll avoid it. If you keep it basic, you'll repeat it. Repetition beats optimization. That's the key. Write it down, do it tomorrow. Say it until it's automatic. Because when clarity becomes a habit, execution becomes easier. But clarity alone is not enough. You also need to protect your attention once the work begins, because the biggest enemy of execution is not confusion, it's division. You've captured your plan. Now it's time to execute it without splitting your focus.
Chapter 6. One task until done. Kill multitasking. Multitasking feels productive. It isn't. It's distraction wearing a disguise. Every time you switch tasks, your brain pays a tax. Focus drops, errors increase, energy drains. And most people wonder why they feel exhausted while accomplishing so little. This chapter fixes that. Serial focus creates depth. Depth multiplies output. You have a choice. You can scatter your attention, or you can concentrate it until results appear. That's the key. Multitasking is not a skill. It's a habit of avoidance. It keeps you busy enough to feel useful and unfocused enough to avoid finishing. Finishing is where growth lives. One thing, one finish. Say it again. One thing, one finish. High-quality work demands uninterrupted attention, not hours and hours, just protected blocks. Designers understand this. Teams that enforce 60-minute creative sprints produce better work and finish faster. Why? Because they remove interruptions. No email, no messages, no tab switching. Just one problem, one solution. By the end of the sprint, progress is undeniable. That's the advantage. When you work on one task until done, your brain enters flow. Flow is where time disappears and quality increases. But flow requires protection. You don't fall into it accidentally. That's the key. Most people never experience depth because they never allow it. They check notifications just in case. They respond instantly. They fragment their attention. Then they blame a lack of time. It's not about time. It's about division. One thing, one finish. Here's the discipline. Choose a single task. Define what done looks like. Set a time block. Then remove distractions. Phone out of reach, tabs closed, notifications off. This is not punishment. This is respect for your mind. Start the task, finish the task. No bouncing, no checking, no switching. And if resistance appears, and it will, you stay, because resistance fades when it's ignored. That's the key. Most people stop when it gets uncomfortable. Discomfort is the doorway to depth. Stay long enough, and the discomfort turns into focus, and focus turns into output. You don't need their permission to be unreachable for an hour. Urgency is rarely urgent. Interruption is rarely necessary. Protect your work. This habit also rewires self-trust. Every time you finish what you start, you build confidence. Not fake confidence, earned confidence. Confidence built from completion. Multitasking destroys that loop. Completion strengthens it. One thing, one finish. And don't confuse activity with progress. 10 half-finished tasks feel productive. One finished task is productive. That's the difference. This habit pairs perfectly with journaling. You already know what matters. Now you give it full attention. No leaks, no excuses. And yes, this will feel uncomfortable at first. Your brain is addicted to novelty. It craves stimulation. Distraction is a dopamine drip. Single task focus removes the drip. Withdrawal happens. That's normal. Stay anyway. Discipline is choosing long-term clarity over short-term stimulation. That's the key. When you train this habit, your capacity increases. 60 minutes becomes 90. 90 becomes 2 hours. Not because you force it, because focus strengthens with use. You're training a muscle. One thing, one finish. Say it until it sticks. Because when focus becomes a habit, excellence becomes predictable. But even with deep focus, there's a silent enemy that drains momentum. Validation, approval, noise. You've learned how to work deeply. Now you must learn how to work without an audience.
Chapter 7. Shut the feed. Quit seeking validation. Attention is currency, and most people are broke. Not because they lack talent, because they give their attention away for approval. Likes, views, comments, noise. External approval rewires your reward system. It trains your brain to chase reaction instead of results. And once that happens, depth dies. That's the truth. Create for results, not applause. Say it again. Create for results, not applause. You have a choice. You can build in silence, or you can perform for feedback. One compounds, the other distracts. That's the key. Social platforms are not neutral. They are engineered to hijack reward loops. Every notification teaches your brain to crave validation. Over time, real progress feels slow, quiet work feels boring, and applause becomes the goal. That's how focus erodes. Entrepreneurs learn this the hard way. Those who remove the social app habit regain hours every week. More importantly, they rebuild internal validation. They stop asking, did they like it? They start asking, did it work? That shift changes everything. Results don't clap, they compound. Create, measure, ignore the likes. This habit is not about disappearing, it's about controlling exposure. You don't need to quit social media forever. You need to stop letting it touch your nervous system daily. Because daily exposure trains daily dependence. That's the key. When you constantly check feedback, you outsource your self-worth. Your mood rises and falls with reactions. That is a fragile way to live. Internal validation is built by effort and completion, not applause. And applause is unreliable. Silence is honest. You don't need their permission to work quietly. Here's the discipline. Remove social apps from your phone. Not delete accounts, remove access. Create friction. If you must log in, do it intentionally, desktop only, scheduled, purpose-driven, not reactive, not bored, not emotional. Create for results, not applause. Measure what matters. Did the work ship? Did the skill improve? Did progress occur? Those are real metrics. Likes are decoration. That's the key. This habit will feel uncomfortable. Validation is addictive. Your brain will reach for the phone without thinking. That's conditioning. Break it. Every time you resist, you weaken the loop. Every day you stay off, focus returns. And focus creates quality. Quality attracts results, eventually. People who seek applause chase trends. People who seek results build assets. You choose. Create, measure, ignore the likes. And notice something else. When you stop performing, your work improves. It becomes honest, sharper, more original. Because you're no longer optimizing for reaction. You're optimizing for impact. That's the key. This chapter is about sovereignty. Sovereignty over your attention. Sovereignty over your standards. Sovereignty over your self-worth. And sovereignty is required for long-term growth. You've learned to work deeply. Now you've learned to work quietly. Next, you'll learn how to build unstoppable momentum from small, consistent victories. Because confidence isn't built in leaps, it's built in stacks.
Chapter 8. Stack small wins. Build inertia. Most people wait for a breakthrough, a big moment, a dramatic change. That's not how progress works. Progress is quiet. Progress is small. Progress is daily. And when small wins stack, inertia takes over. That's the truth. Tiny, consistent wins compound into unshakable confidence. Not hype, not motivation, confidence built from proof. Stack it daily. Stack it daily. You have a choice. You can chase intensity or you can commit to consistency. Intensity impresses, consistency transforms. That's the key. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in 3 months. They start big, they burn out, they quit. Small wins don't demand belief, they create belief. That's why they work. Consider a simple example, a 5-minute study habit. That's it. 5 minutes a day, no pressure, no overwhelm. At first, it feels insignificant, almost pointless, but after a week, resistance drops. After a month, capacity increases. After 90 days, 5 minutes becomes 30. That daily habit produces certification. Certification produces skill. Skill produces income. Not overnight, but inevitably. Tiny wins, big results. That's the advantage. Momentum doesn't care about size, it cares about direction. Stack it daily. Stack it daily. This habit matters because confidence is not a mindset, it's a byproduct. You don't think your way into confidence, you complete your way into confidence. Each small win is a vote for the person you are becoming, and votes accumulate. That's the key. Here's the discipline. Break goals into actions so small they feel impossible to avoid. Not write a chapter, write one paragraph. Not get fit, put on workout shoes. Not learn a skill, study for 5 minutes. Small enough to start on bad days, because bad days will come, and momentum survives bad days when the bar is low. That's the genius of micro habits. They remove excuses. Stack it daily. Stack it daily. And don't upgrade the habit too fast. Let boredom arrive. Let ease arrive. Ease is a sign the habit is installing. Once the habit is stable, expand it slightly. 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15. No rush. Compounding rewards patience. You don't need their permission to move slowly and win permanently. This habit also builds inertia. Inertia is the force that keeps objects in motion. Once you're moving, staying moving is easy, but starting requires effort. Small wins reduce the effort required to start. That's the key. And track your wins. Not for praise, for proof. Seeing a streak builds identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You see yourself as someone who shows up. Identity locks behavior. Tiny wins repeated daily create a mindset that can't be shaken by setbacks. Because setbacks no longer define you, your streak does. Stack it daily. Stack it daily. This chapter connects everything so far. You wake early, you command the hour, you simplify choices, you move first, you write your plan, you focus deeply, you ignore noise, now you make it sustainable. Because sustainability beats brilliance. And once momentum is automatic, you're ready for a deeper shift. Not just what you do, but who you decide to be. You've built the habits. Now you'll embody the role.
Chapter 9. Become the role. Act like your future self. Most people wait for permission to become who they want to be. Permission from a title, permission from money, permission from recognition. That permission rarely comes. Identity does not follow results. Results follow identity. That's the truth. Identity drives behavior, and behavior, repeated, rewires the mind. You have a choice. You can wait to feel like the person you want to become, or you can act like them now and let the feeling catch up. That's the key. Most people say, when I get promoted, I'll act like a leader. Leaders say, I'll act like a leader and promotion will follow. Act the part, earn the title. Say it again. Act the part, earn the title. Your brain learns who you are by watching what you repeatedly do, not what you plan, not what you say, what you do. If you act like an amateur, the mind reinforces amateur habits. If you act like a professional, the mind adapts to match. Identity is trained, not discovered. That's the key. Consider someone who wants to be a manager. They haven't been promoted yet, no official authority, no new salary, but they decide to act the role anyway. They dress with intention, they arrive prepared, they communicate clearly, they schedule proactively, they think in outcomes, not excuses. They stop waiting to be told, they start taking responsibility. Over time, something shifts. Others begin to treat them differently. Trust increases, responsibility expands, and eventually the title catches up to the behavior. Not because of luck, because identity was already installed.
Act the part. Earn the title. This habit works because the brain hates inconsistency. When behavior changes, identity follows to reduce friction. You don't rise to who you want to become. You fall to what you repeatedly do. That's the key. Most people sabotage themselves by rehearsing the wrong identity. They say, "I'm not disciplined," so they behave undisciplined. They say, "I'm not confident," so they avoid exposure. They say, "I'm not ready," so they delay action. Language reinforces identity. Identity reinforces behavior. You have a choice. You can rehearse limitation, or you can rehearse the role. You don't need their permission to step into the role early. Not your boss's permission, not society's permission, not your past's permission. This is not pretending. This is training. Athletes train before they win. Professionals train before they're paid for it. Training precedes validation. That's the key. Here's the discipline. Define the role you want to become, not vaguely, specifically. How does that person schedule their day? How do they communicate? What standards do they hold? What do they tolerate? What do they refuse? Then behave accordingly. Not once, daily. Repeat behavior until identity shifts. That's the formula. Act the part. Earn the title. And expect discomfort, because stepping into a higher identity always creates friction with the old one. Your environment may resist, your habits may resist, your self-image will resist. That's normal. Growth feels like imposter syndrome before it feels like confidence. Confidence arrives after repetition. That's the key. And don't wait to be perfect. Perfection is procrastination wearing clean clothes. You don't need to be flawless. You need to be consistent. Consistency installs identity. This chapter ties everything together. You wake early because that's what disciplined people do. You command the first hour because leaders protect focus. You simplify choices because operators value energy. You move first because executors don't wait. You write plans because professionals don't rely on memory. You focus deeply because masters respect their craft. You ignore noise because builders don't perform for applause. You stack small wins because winners think long-term. Now you own the identity that matches those behaviors. That's the shift. You stop saying, "I'm trying." You start saying, "This is who I am," and behavior locks in. Act the part. Earn the title. Repeat behavior until identity shifts. Once identity is aligned, discipline becomes easier because you're no longer forcing yourself to act. You're expressing who you are. That's the key. And once identity is aligned, the final habit becomes possible. Closing the day with intention, resetting the system, protecting the cycle. You've built momentum. Now you must sustain it.
Chapter 10. Close the day. Ritualize reset and recovery. Most people end their days accidentally. They drift, they scroll, they collapse, and then they wonder why tomorrow feels heavy. That's the mistake. How you end the day decides how you start the next one. This is the final habit because it protects every other habit you've built. Without closure, progress leaks. Without recovery, discipline decays. Close to grow. Close to grow. This habit is about daily closure, a deliberate shutdown that signals safety, completion, and renewal to the brain. You have a choice. You can end the day overstimulated and scattered, or you can end it calm, clear, and prepared. That's the key. Your nervous system needs an ending. When it doesn't get one, it stays alert. Alert turns into restless sleep. Restless sleep turns into low energy.
Low energy turns into excuses, and the cycle repeats. Closure breaks the cycle. Close to grow. Close to grow. High performers don't just work hard, they recover deliberately. Because recovery is not laziness, it's maintenance. Consider a simple closing ritual. 10-minute review, device blackout, short breathing practice. That's it. No complexity, no drama. The review consolidates learning. The blackout removes stimulation. The breathing tells the body it's safe to rest. And safety is what allows deep recovery. That's the advantage. During the 10-minute review, you do 3 things. What worked today, what didn't, what matters tomorrow. Not judgment, observation. This trains objectivity. You stop emotionalizing days and start learning from them. Learning compounds. That's the key. Then comes the device blackout. Screens keep the brain alert. Light, notifications, and novelty tell the nervous system to stay awake. So you cut it off. Not gradually, decisively. You don't need their permission to disconnect. You are not missing anything important. What's important is your recovery. And finally, the breathing. 2 to 5 minutes, slow, controlled. This is not meditation for enlightenment, it's signaling. Breathing tells the body the hunt is over, the work is done, and the body listens. Close to grow, close to grow. This habit matters because growth does not happen during effort, it happens during rest. Effort creates the signal, rest installs the change. If you skip recovery, you sabotage progress. That's the truth. Most people think they need more effort. They actually need better closure. You have a choice. Burn yourself out or build yourself up. Recovery is not optional for long-term success. It's mandatory. That's the key. This habit also protects your identity. When you close the day intentionally, you reinforce trust with yourself. You prove that you respect your limits and your process. Respect sustains discipline, and discipline sustained changes lives. Close to grow, close to grow. This chapter completes the system. You woke before the world. You commanded the first hour. You shrank your options. You moved first. You wrote clarity. You focused deeply. You ignored noise. You stacked wins. You embodied the role. Now you close the loop. Open loops drain energy. Closed loops restore it. Ending well is not weakness, it's wisdom. And don't rush the night. The day already asked enough of you. Slow down intentionally. Lower the volume. Dim the lights. Your future self is built during sleep. Protect it. That's the key. Many people sabotage mornings the night before. Late screens, endless content, mental overstimulation. Then they blame mornings for being hard. Discipline is holistic. Night discipline makes morning discipline easier. Close to grow, close to grow. And don't wait until you feel tired. Start the shutdown ritual at the same time every night. Consistency trains rhythm. Rhythm trains recovery. Your body loves predictability. Give it that gift. You don't need their permission to protect your rest. And remember this, rest is not the opposite of progress, it's the multiplier. A rested mind focuses deeper. A rested body moves faster. A rested nervous system resists less. This final habit ensures everything you've built doesn't collapse under fatigue. That's why it's last, and that's why it's essential. Close the day with intention. End well. Start better tomorrow. Close to grow, close to grow. This book was never about motivation. It was about systems. Systems that remove friction. Systems that build identity. systems that compound. And now you have them. 10 habits, 1 direction. You don't need to do them perfectly. You need to do them consistently. Every day is a vote. Every habit is a signal. You have a choice. Return to drift or live deliberately. End the day like someone who respects their future, because tomorrow is already listening to how you close tonight. End well. Start better tomorrow. This is the end of the lecture, not the end of the work. 10 habits were given. Fierce, simple, unavoidable. Attention rules results. Schedule attention. Small wins compound. Stack them daily. Silence the self-doubt. Treat fear as a compass, not a jail cell. Make clarity non-negotiable. Make action automatic. Make identity predictable. Repeat the habits until resistance recognizes you and steps aside. No more waiting for permission. No more negotiating with excuses. Now, prove it. Pick one habit and do it today. Do it for 7 days. Do it until it owns you. If commitment matters, show it. Hit like if the truth landed. Subscribe to Mindshift Audiobooks now and keep the work loud. Share this with someone who needs the shove. Comment which habit starts today. Turn these instructions into ritual. Commit. Rise above the comfortable, slow death of drifting. This is your map. Use it. Move.